Hey, what's happening, guys? This video is sponsored by Solder Stick. More about that later. I wanted to give you a view of what it looks like here in town for, the big snowstorm of the weekend, and then show you what I've been up to. So if you guys saw my message in the community section the other day, I have been super sick with the flu. It has just completely knocked me on my butt. Yesterday I thought I was feeling better, and I went to my aunt's house for our family Christmas dinner, what's left of my family, and I just ate a little bit and I didn't feel good. So I've been sick with the flu for over a week. And to add to that fun, my furnace has been misbehaving. Here in the United States, in Ohio, in the northeast part of the United States, we generally have natural gas furnaces, and that's what I have. Mine's made by a company called Goodman. It's about 10 years old. And I didn't know anything about furnaces going into this. Other newer furnaces. I know about the old kind of furnaces, like I had at my old house. It had a pilot light, a blower, and a burner. The thermostat sent down a signal saying make heat, and the pilot light would light the burner. The heat exchanger would get hot, and the blower would blow air across the heat exchanger, and your house would be heated. Well, this thing is all complicated, and it is all controlled by this. This is the furnace control board for a Goodman furnace. And happy to say that, $700 later, my furnace is working perfectly. Now, this board did not cost $700. It was 2 trips from the HVAC guy, new thermostat, wiring, and the board. Turns out, according to him, that the thermostat had been sending faulty signals to this control board and had somehow messed it up. Now, I know a little bit about electronics. How's that song go? Leonard Skinner. I know a little about love, baby, I can guess the rest. Well, I know a little bit about electronics, and I can guess the rest. I could have bought one of these off of Amazon for like $150. But I was sick, and I didn't want to deal with it. So I thought we'd take a look at it and see if we can figure anything out. The tech seems to think that the one of the relays is probably bad. So from what I understand about the entire startup cycle of the furnace now, the thermostat sends 24 volts to this board here in R&W, I guess. And then that will in turn turn on one of these relays that starts what's called the inducer motor, that starts blowing air through the furnace. That's not the same blower that heats your house. Then another relay opens the gas valve. Third relay clicks the igniters, and the whole time there's a flame sensor monitoring, and if everything goes according to plan, you get heat. But if any one of those things fail, you get nothing. And I got nothing. So here, this is the diagnostic LED that blinks a code. There were no codes. It was 100% solid. So that's why I had to come back twice, and we were confused, all that kind of stuff. So let's start. And let's look at the back and just see if we can find anything that looks like it might be burnt. And I don't think so. I've looked this over pretty good, I think. Just the same. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. These tracks here do look a little bit kind of corroded, and I did clean this off with alcohol, so this is clean. See, that area here might look a little burnt, maybe. But we can check some things. Boy, there are just a ton of teeny tiny little SMD resistors back here. Over here is where all of our relays are. I don't see anything that, you know, is jumping out at me and saying bad. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to restart this camera with a bright light, and we're going to take a close-up. All right, so let's have a look here. And if anybody thinks they see anything that looks burnt, just raise your hand. And everything is looking pretty good to me. The reason I wanted to look here first is this is the side that is back against the blower. So it'll get a little bit of heat. All right, let's do the same here. Just looking for any signs of excess heat. This board is conformally coated. Looks like they poured a little extra over these jumpers. They were probably added in more towards the end. I am surprised there's only one electrolytic capacitor on this board. What is it? It is a 330 microfarad 50 volt. I can't tell what that said, Lalon or something like that. Like I said, the tech thinks one of the relays went bad. He said when I was upstairs turning the thermostat on and off, and he was downstairs with his meter, he says he should have seen 24 volts and then 0 volts on these. These are all 24 volt coil relays. And he said he would see 24 volts, 0 volts, 16 volts. So, I don't know. This is probably some sort of microprocessor. I mean, if that went bad, there's no way to test or see what went on. Here's a fuse, which looks good. But, you know, can't trust a fuse that looks good. You have to actually test it. So let me get the meter here. I mean, I assume the entire board would not work. If the fuse was bad, yeah, fuse is fine. So the tech told me to put 24 volts between R and W. But what he didn't tell me was 24 volts AC or 24 volts DC. I didn't think to ask him. We can try 24 volts DC. 1 second, please. All right, I got the thing programmed. I'm probably going to blow this up, whatever's left of it, and you're all going to laugh at me. And that's just fine. All right, let's power it on. It's drawing a 0.07 amps. But I don't really see anything. So, see if I can hear any of the relays click. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, see, I don't know anything about this board, so I don't really know how to test it. So, what I want to do is ask you guys, if you're a HVAC guy, or this kind of guy that works on your home furnace, which I am now going to become, leave it down in the comments how you think we should test these. I'm going to take off the electrolytic and test it, obviously. And we will take off some of these relays and test them, or we could just cut the cases off of them, the cans off of them, and see if maybe the relays are fried, or the contacts are fried. Let me know what you think. All right. So if you're going to work on your furnace board or your car, or anything household kind of electronic that has these type of little post type connectors, what you're going to want to use are what are known as Spade connectors. And if you're going to use Spade connectors, you might as well use the best by Solder Stick. In this kit, you get red, blue, and yellow to cover between 22 and 10 gauge wire. These are high quality with nice polycarbonate covers on them. They fit beautifully. I'll put a link down below with a discount for you guys. Don't forget, quality components when you're working on your stuff can make all the difference. It gives you the confidence to know, is my connection good? Yes, it is. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Sorry for missing this week. Like I said, I've just been too sick. Alright, Merry Christmas. That's it. I'm out. Peace.